Hello, Coastal Bend family. How are you doing today? And welcome back to Amistad Minutes, where we here at Amistad give you helpful tips to keep everyone safe and happy and healthy in your home. Of course, my name is Beth Taylor. I'm with Amistad, as some of you already know. And today's special guest is Santa Claus himself.
Whoa! Merry Christmas! So, I want to thank you, Amistad, for having me. It's wonderful to be here with friends, with family, here on Amistad Minutes. Thank you, Beth, for having me.
Well, you're quite welcome. I know it's a busy time of year, so you taking your time out today to speak to us on a very uh, on an important topic that that you would like to share with everybody is very helpful, of course, to our audience. And today's topic, of course, will be on germs. So Santa, we're so glad you're here, of course, this time of year, but also it's a time for when germs seem to spread the most with the cold weather and with family gatherings and sharing drinks and doing stuff like that. We're all in close connection with one another this time of year. So tell me how this is important to you.
Well, you see, germs is an important part for me because I visit a lot of homes. I visit a lot of families. I visit a lot of schools and community events, and I want everyone, especially children, parents, and grandparents, to stay healthy because germs, they may be tiny, but they can cause big problems like cold, flu, even stomach bugs.
That's right. Germs spread easily, especially when we're close together. Hugging, like I said, sharing food and touching surfaces, especially surfaces where we sneeze and don't mean to cover with our hand, but then we turn around and we touch the door handle, or we're in the kitchen and we touch the counter.
Mhm,
That's how we
mhm,
spread
mhm.
germs. Um, so, Santa, are there any tips that you can give us so that we don't spread germs?
Yes, 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 definitely. Um, and that's great that what we have this going on for this podcast and sharing germs happens when, of course, when we pass bacteria, when we pass the viruses from one person to another, and often without even realizing that it can happen. Uh, some things that how we pass germs is when we cough, when we share a drink or food or utensils, when we touch our face after maybe touching a door handle,
Hmm.
um, or even when we forget to wash our hands as well.
Yep, and you're exactly right, Santa. And that's exactly what that's what it means when we say sharing germs. And kids and adults, we all do it. Not meaning to, but we
Hmm,
do.
hmm,
We do this all the time. And of course, they don't care if they're naughty or nice this
hmm,
time of year,
hmm, hmm.
correct?
Yes, that's correct. Unfortunately, germs they don't follow the rules. But what we can do is we can help stop them.
Exactly. So Santa, I think I asked this again, but can you share some important tips for everyone on how we can help minimize the spread of germs?
Yes, 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 definitely. So I call it my Santa's top germ stopping tips. Number one I have is, of course, wash your hands. Um, yeah, washing hands is a big deal. Um, one thing I suggest is that whenever you do wash your hands with soap and water, is to do it for at least 20 seconds. And and one thing you could have in mind whenever you're washing your hands is singing jingle bells. That is at least 20 seconds right there.
Jingle bells. That I never thought about singing Jingle Bells. That's a good one.
Yes,
I'm gonna
jingle
start telling my kids to sing Jingle Bells now. I don't hear you sing Jingle Bells. Wash your hands again. That's an easy one to remember. How about tip number 2, Santa?
Tip number 2 is cover your cough and your sneezes. A lot of times, like Beth was saying, that we like to use our hands to cover our sneezes, but what we should do is use at least an elbow or a tissue, and then of course after that we still want to wash our hands because germs are crazy and they like to just travel everywhere. My tip number 3 for you is to don't share drinks or utensils, even with family and friends. Don't share your cup with anybody. Don't share your straw with anybody. Not even your fork.
That's a big one during the holidays because my kids like to come up right behind me and be like, "Ooh, mom, what are you eating?" So most definitely,
Hmm,
that
hmm.
is a big one.
So I go to tip number 4, and that's stay home when you're sick. I know a lot of us we don't like to miss school. We don't like to miss work or even fun events. But resting at home helps protect others as well.
And that's so true. I was just sick a few weeks back, and that's exactly what I did. I didn't want to share my germs with nobody. I'm stingy with that.
Hmm,
So I
hmm.
just stayed home and rested.
So now we got tip number 5, and that's clean and disinfect surfaces. So what does that mean? Your toys, your phones, your door handles. See, germs, they love to hide in those kinds of places. So wherever you put your hands on a lot, make sure you wash those areas and disinfect those places.
And Santa, do you have a special message for the kids out there?
Yes, I sure do. Kids, you are holiday heroes when you wash your hands. Cover your coughs and don't share germs. You're helping your friends, you're helping your teachers, you're helping your parents, and even Santa Claus.
How about that? Holiday heroes. Never thought about that.
Yes, they are.
And parents, caregivers, and grandparents. Another important thing is leading by example. And that makes a big difference because the kids follow what you do. Is that right, Santa?
Yes, exactly. Healthy habits aren't just for December, they're for the whole year.
Santa, thank you so much for joining us today and uh, spreading health advice, especially with germs.
Oh,
And because that's something that we don't want to share.
yes, yes. Thank you. And remember, everyone, being kind means helping others stay healthy.
That's a great reminder. And thank you for listening to Amistad Minutes and happy holidays and happy new year and hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day.
Stay healthy. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Ho ho.